They scared us a little bit, but Auburn pulls through for win number 3 of the early season. The Doubledays take care of game 1 in this Williamsport Cross-Cutter Series, 4-3 the final. All 3 runs for Williamsport came in the 8th inning. He's JD Rachi, I'm Jack McMullen, and this is the Auburn Doubledays postgame show brought to you by Cayuga Community College. And JD, Auburn put together maybe its most complete performance of the season so far.
Up until the 8th inning, absolutely. I mean, they were up 4-0. You saw the bats get going early. 2 runs each in the 1st and 3rd innings, a couple of 2-run singles from Onyx Vega, who had an absolute whale of a game. 3 for 4, 3 singles, the 4 RBIs. All of the scoring offense came from Onyx Vega, and you say complete because it looked complete with a 4-0 lead heading into the 8th inning. The problem for the Doubledays was they only had 4 hits the entire game. So it looked complete because Onyx Vega came up and stepped up in timely positions and had some timely hits. The offense wasn't completely there for the Doubledays. They had a couple of guys hit the baseball well, but at players, but the pitching was definitely there. The right-hander Rafael Gomez went 5 scoreless innings. He was fantastic, got out of a couple of jams in the early goings in terms of having runners on at 3rd or 2nd, or even 3rd again in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings. He got out of a couple of jams, so that was good to see him get going. And then Evan Lee was lights out of the bullpen again, as he has been for much of the season. The left-hander, he went 2 scoreless innings with 4 punch-outs. So up until that 8th inning, things were looking really, really good pitching-wise for the Doubledays. It started to come unravel, but it wasn't all the pitcher's fault in terms of Fry Perez, the pitcher on the mound in the 8th inning.
We're going to talk to the offensive MVP, Onyx Vega, in just a sec, but you mentioned that pitching, and you mentioned it ad nauseum at points because that was what it was. It was perfect, and it was great. It wasn't really necessarily perfect because there is a definition of perfect in terms of pitching in baseball.
It wasn't quite there, but it was pretty darn good. As long as, you know, giving up hits and allowing runners on, it was pretty darn special to watch.
Rafael Gomez, today's starter, he was coming in with a 9 ERA. And yeah, it was just after 1 start, but a 9 ERA doesn't sit well, especially with 6 days of rest for the right-hander, but the Dominican was fantastic. He threw 5 scoreless innings. He didn't walk anybody. And then Evan Lee comes on, the Arkansas product, and he carved. He threw 6 outs, 4 of which by way of the K, but it was that one guy on offense, Onyx Vega. He had 4 RBIs, and we just talked to him. Onyx Vega's here with me, and you had a 3-hit day, 4 RBIs, and a 4-3 win for Auburn over Williamsport today. You had all 4 runs in your production against the Williamsport Crosscutters today. That was the 3rd win for the Auburn Doubledays on the season. What was working, man? The first 3 times you were at the plate, you hit the ball hard to either the pull side in the alley, or you went the opposite way.
I saw him the ball good today. They throw me a lot of slider in the beginning of my first at bat, and I was just waiting for a slider, and I got one right there, and I got 3 knocks today with 3 sliders, and I could help the team to win today.
A lot of guys hunt fastball, and that's the approach that a lot of guys have in like these amateur levels and maybe even at these low-level pro levels, but you were hunting slider today. Yeah. So is that just a pitch that you were seeing well out of the starter's hand and that kind of continued?
No, he threw me the first one to the dirt, so I was like, man on third, first base was open, so I was like, oh, this guy's gonna throw me maybe another slider, so he just threw it right there, and I tried to hit it hard, and I got knocked.
That's solid. And you know, something else that I want to talk to you about is defensively, you have a gift, and that's the gift of being bilingual. So you're from Puerto Rico, you're a native of Trujillo Alto, right?
Yeah.
So you had what? Today's starter was Rafael Gomez, and then it went Evan Lee, and then it went to Fry Perez, Bobby Malaki, Adrian Martinez. So you had Spanish, English, Spanish, English, Spanish.
Yeah.
So you can bounce back and forth through all 5 of those, or both of those, for 5 different guys. What kind of advantage is that for you when you're on the mound with Bravo and all those pitchers knowing exactly what's going on?
It's a good thing for me because, you know, I can talk to them like, hey, what you need, or in Spanish too, hey, please work on this one, or you gotta work on this, and throw me straight, you know, and that's a good thing that I have.
It probably helps in the clubhouse a little bit too.
Yeah,
right?
it helped me a lot. My English, you know, I went to college 2 years, so that helped me a lot too on playing baseball and studying, and that helped me a lot too.
Yeah, you also went to the Carlos Beltran Baseball Academy.
Yeah.
So did they have mandatory English classes?
Yeah, they did. They did. All classes were in English, but not the Spanish one. Spanish, of course, it's gonna be Spanish.
That makes sense.
But all the other classes, they were only English, and the coaches talked to us in English and stuff like that.
Onyx, congrats on the huge day, and we look forward to talking to you again soon, man.
Yeah, thank you.
4-3 win for Auburn over Williamsport. We'll be back to wrap things up in a sec on the Auburn Doubledays postgame show brought to you by Cayuga Community College. Thanks to Onyx for talking to us. We'll talk to a player every time on the Auburn Doubledays pregame and postgame show, both brought to you by Cayuga Community College. And Onyx Vega was fantastic. Now they have a chance to do it again tomorrow. Game 2 against the Williamsport Crosscutters after a 4-3 win for Auburn today. Leif Strom, the 6'6" right-hander out of Puyallup, Washington. He gets the ball against the Venezuelan Gustavo Armas for Williamsport. What do you like from Leif Strom?
I like his delivery and his build. He's a big dude at 6'6". He's tied for the largest member of the Doubledays roster along with another right-hander, Carlos Romero. So the fact that he has that delivery, that fluidity, and the ability to strike guys out with a little bit of power pitching, he's not overwhelming in terms of what you might expect from a guy of his size, but he's got good stuff. He pounds the strike zone, which is something that Rocket Wheeler has mentioned ad nauseum and really preached the entire season. We want to hit the strike zone. We want to hit it early and often. So I'd like to see that from Leif Strom. We'll also see if the Doubledays can pick up their first winning streak of the season. Right now, it's just one win, but they could pick up win number 2 in a row tomorrow.
They go for 2. A 4-3 win for Auburn over Williamsport. Your winner, Rafael Gomez. Your offensive MVP, Onyx Vega. He's JD, I'm Jack. You can hear us on the radio every single game. You can also see one of us with Claudia Bellafato on the picture box right here on the Auburn Doubledays pregame and postgame show brought to you by Cayuga Community College. 4-3 the final over Williamsport. Talk to you tomorrow on the pregame with Claudia.